her deal. That's that's when I realized it was different. And the other thing that messed me up, Trav, and I don't know if this messed you up the first time you saw it, bro, did not, but like all the homies transferred or quit or just didn't feel like doing it anymore, right? When they in college, right? Or they stuck it through, we graduated together, cool, whatever, right? Trav, Kevin Burleson, brother of Nate Burleson, who does Good Morning Football, Good Morning America, doing a great deal. So Kevin Burleson, I played with him, and KB was on the team with us. And KB, like for one, Charlotte rushed me out there. I went out there, bro, to visit and to do like a strength and conditioning test or something. And like, what you mean? We need you to stay here. You need to be working out. So I was like, what you mean you need me to stay here? They're like, you're staying here, and we got workouts tomorrow. I was like, I was just visiting. I'm going back to LA. Todd got on the phone with me, said, we're going to send your stuff to you. So, in the midst of that, Kevin Burleson, I slept on his couch. He took me to eat every day, fed me, got me to practice. This was truly a big bro. Kevin Burleson played in Minnesota. He was a little older of a rookie. Truly a big bro. Family to this day. You know, Kevin is family. Back in the day, they did stuff different, bro. We sat there in front of training camp, in front of everybody. Bernie Bickerstaff came out, said, guys, we're waving Kevin Burleson. And KB took that walk. He didn't call him into the office. I'm thought about how crazy that was, bro. He cut him in front of everybody and said, Kevin, we're waving you from the team.
Damn.
Dog, dog, I want to cry. I thought my dog died. I
Right?
want to cry that day. I'm like, he's waved. What you mean? Like, we're not going to see him anymore? What? Like, huh? Like, it was my
Damn.
first time seeing that. So when I felt like I saw it was pro ball, those were moments that made me see like, yo, this is real.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, this is real. You know, or dang, that could be me. Like, what? Like, all right, this ain't. I've never seen that. I've never seen that before.
No, I got you. Actually makes a lot of sense because that sounds like Europe. But I mean, obviously he wouldn't cut you in front of the team. But like one day, say one day he'd be here, and then the next day, what happened to Tommy? Like, oh, they released him. Damn, you know what I'm saying?
And overseas,
Whatever.
even more ruthless.
Pff, man, I'm telling you, people don't even know. Like you be like, oh, you go overseas, then you be there, then you ain't. You know
Right.
what I'm
You went into
saying?
overseas where it wasn't all the internet and camera phones, bro, or you had to call. That was a different overseas. I
Yep,
remember
yep.
Billy and Tyus, bro. I didn't see Tyus Edney for like 15 years, bro, till he started coaching. Like
Yep.
y'all would go overseas and for real disappear. Like try. I was like, hey man, where Travis at? Like I'm looking for all the Travis Reed. Where he like, oh, he overseas? Like y'all was literally like whole different,
Hey, it was a whole different world, dog. You know
bro.
what I'm saying? Like you don't even know. Like we would be gone, and I would tell like I have friends who couldn't take it. They couldn't stay overseas because they would miss home too much. And they'd be like, "How do you survive?" I'd be like, "Cause this is my world. I don't even think about the states. Otherwise, I'll be missing home too much."
You doing the
So
sentence, bro?
yeah, pretty much you're doing a year bid, year by year bid.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so like you get back and like, oh shoot. And you just get back, you just be like, you be missing the smaller stuff. Like I used to miss Starburst because they didn't have Starburst in Europe.
Bruh.
When I get home, I would buy like a box of Starburst.
Golly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but so for yourself, yeah, obviously I've seen in Europe, by the way, I wanted to tell you a story about that money. Like you be thinking like, yeah, man, I'm making like 9,000, 8,000 a month. I'm balling. And then you find out this dude that you playing over here. I remember that happened my fourth year. Fourth year, yeah. We was playing, I was in Holland. Me and my boy, this dude named Travis Young, played overseas with me. I was making like 9,000 or whatever, and he was making like nine and a half, whatever. He was making either about 9 or 10. And then we played Belgium, team from Belgium. They had Vincent Yarborough, and they had
Mm.
Jason Gardner from Arizona, little short guard. Yeah, it was on the national championship team or whatever. And this is when the year after Vincent Yarborough came from Denver. And so we was like, yeah, man, I make about nine. I'm good. He was, oh yeah, I make about 36. 36? I was like, you make 36 a month? God damn. How do you get this money back? Shit. You know what I'm saying? You only can send $9,000 back. He's like,
Dang,
oh yeah, man. I send nine, I send my girl back when she flies back. She flies back with 25,000 in her purse. Like, damn.
dang.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was niggas was making like, obviously not y'all money, but niggas was making money like that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel you on that. They wasn't making Okafor 300,000 to
Yeah,
print check.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
were making, like, a lot of dudes was making a lot of. I remember Marcus Saul before he went to the NBA. I played against him and he was in Spain, and the nigga was making like our whole team's budget. Our whole team
Dang,
budget was like 4 million euros, and he made 4 million by himself. You know what
dang.
I'm saying? Yeah, they put in the paper like our whole team budget is what Marc Gasol makes by himself. You know what I'm
Golly.
saying? He was like, damn, why would he want to leave Spain? That's why, he got drafted by the Lakers, but he was like, I want to go to the league or whatever, play with my brother. Um, but no, you obviously you thrived in the NBA, played for how many years? You like 15?
10 years. 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years, 10 years, I'm sorry. But like
15 if it wasn't for Steph Curry and all this three-point shooting, bro.
yeah.
Other than that, I'd have been good.
Right?
Caught me slipping.
Right now, I agree with you on that one. Now, I do want to talk about one particular year when you were with Boston, you know, and you were one, even though I hate Boston, I did cheer for him, because of you and Paul Pierce. And that was pretty much it.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't like Boston. I'm a diehard Laker, but like I do respect, like I said, when I want to have friends that are on the team. So I do want to ask, because I'm just curious, how intense was Kevin just on the daily per se, on the regular daily per basis?
Kevin was the first like coach, mentor, whatever I've ever had in the NBA. Like he was the first person who could like teach me how to play my position. So
Mm-hmm.
like Trav, you have footwork and all that. You could have helped me with footwork, but that wouldn't have taught me certain things, right? Or I can only do you were like, well, I can't jump like you, bro. I'm gonna showing you a jump hook and an up and under, like or some footwork. But KG was like, you deny the high post, never let anybody touch the ball. And I was like, what you mean? He said, front the high post. He said, you're so athletic. What are they gonna do? He said, if they throw the ball over the top, you gotta go get it. Like he taught me how to use my skills. He was like, it's two guys. He was like, you're guarding both of them. He was like, this guy, you take him out like this. He
Mm-hmm.
was like, you set a screen, you're like, so the nuances of the game, he was so detail oriented. And I was actually just saying this, kind of like Cowherd the other day. Like Kevin Garnett is culture. Like there's not a lot of players. I don't know any player today that's culture.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Garnett is culture. He gonna make sure practice is run tight. We locked in film. I've never seen like we go through shoot around. We like, all right, what's coach want us to do? All right, we showing here, we get under here, whatever. Kevin Garnett, it was his shoot around. It was his practice. So like he took ownership of what was going on. How we playing this, Doc? All right, boom, go. When you get under this, we doing this. You gonna shoot out to the corner. If I get stuck, or you walk through, shoot around like a dummy. He'll like, nah, let them beat you. Let's see where the rotation coming from. All right, they run this P. You're gonna X out. I got your back. Like as players, we took ownership of what was going on. Because I always felt like, man, we just going through the motions, bro, and then I'm gonna go to the game and do my thing. He taught me how to be a pro. He was
Mm-hmm.
talking so much on the court, bro. He was talking so much on the court that I realized how to talk. He just the whole time talk. Hey, he over here. He over here. Get your back. Get my back. He just was just talking, and I realized I don't talk enough. I thought I worked hard. I didn't work hard enough. I remember walking into the gym. P and Ticket showed me the most, bro. I remember walked in before practice even started. I seen try, bro. No lie. I know he used to play with y'all in the summer. He was in game sweat form and intensity working on his moves before practice started. Catch, ah, bro. And I'm like, damn, I'm not focused. Bro, shoot around. If you playing around and shoot around, ticket to cuss dog. Ticket will stop everything and cuss you smooth out, bro. What you doing, Joe? You ain't locked in. Get in your stand. Dog, dog, I had to guard KG like it was a game. I had to give him game reps. Like I was on the sideline locked in like a soldier, bro. He even the game day, if he walked into the locker room, everybody shut up. Shut up. Or like, bro, it was so detail oriented. So when we were in layup lines, we had a routine. They will do the layup, they'll do the routine. After the last person does the same person is the last person. Try if you're not hearing me. The same person goes last. He goes and gets the ball at the nets, throws it to Doe, bounces it to Doe, and then we start the routine. Rajon Rondo used to come out, and before the game, everybody shoots. Rajon Rondo's the first player ever in history that I know that worked on his passing.
What?
Dog, he'd get how the ball boys doing that, or like you get a ball, go walk bad. What? Rajon Rondo get the ball. He working on passes. He dying the team up. Ball boy, give me the ball. Run, they'll be like, give me the ball. Boom. Because he's like, I need these guys ready. Y'all giving them soft pass. I'm working on boom. He was working on passes before the game.
Right.
It was another level of basketball, love for the game and focus and all the things that I didn't understand. And Paul's different type of leadership. Because we want a last shot. Paul's taking our last shot.
Hmm.
So Paul, Paul act like he ain't, shout out Paul. I just saw Paul too crazy, literally 2 days ago. Literally, shout out Paul Pierce. I love what he's doing right now.
Yeah, yep,
So
yep, yep.
Bro, P would act like he don't work on his game. P would kind of be lackadaisical, chilling, whatever, this and that. So one day I come off the road and I'm in the gym. I'm getting it. Shout out Rasheed Hazard. Rasheed Hazard was staying with me. I was hitting two a days, bro. Every day I'm hitting two a days. I go practice, come back, night, shoot. After the game, I come in, get free throws up, shoot. I would just eat. I went to Boston on a mission, bro. We get back off a road trip, team road trip, 4 5 day road trip. Next morning, I'm trying to show out. We get back like 2 3 in the morning, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get to the gym like 8 or 9 o'clock, right? Or like 7 o'clock. All right, I'm gonna get it in. I'm gonna show up. I'm locked in. Got my work in before everybody. Swear to God, bro. I got there about 6 or 7. Paul was just finishing his workout up.
Damn.
Don't never let Paul Pierce or anybody get fooled into thinking that Paul didn't work on his game.
Oh
Paul
yeah,
was in there.
I already knew.
He
Yeah, I already
he
knew.
was in there. He was in there, and I saw the end of his workout. I've never. That's the first time. It was like a what is it, the white whale, whatever. He was in there at 5 a.m. working out, bro, getting in a full sweat, going through his whole little routine. I'm like, dang, bro. Like I didn't realize, and like I knew P worked. Don't get me wrong, but P would play like he was lazy, like he wasn't doing, like even to us. But
Right.
he was getting his work in. He was grinding. He was a 4 or 5 a.m. club type of guy. Don't let him ever fool you that he wasn't. So, like Paul, that's my OG right there, man. I love that dude. But I'm telling you, like those guys taught me a lot about basketball. And then Ray Allen at the gym at 2:30 for a 7:30 game, shooting, making no lie.
Yeah.
Like even like so like the young guys sometimes take it. Coach tell the young guys get to the gym. You got to be there at 3. You got to be there at whatever. Ray Allen before the young guys are there.
Mm.
Already shot. Work already in, bro. Work already done. So those guys never cheated the game. They're always prepared. They're always ready. The mental toughness was there. We knew what the hell was gonna happen. Trav before the game happened. Oh, we about to beat the hell out of them. But like with everything that they said, they did. And I learned the preparedness. I learned how to see the game before it happened. I asked Kevin a million questions, bro. I asked that dude a million questions, bro. It was a dream. It was a dream, bro. Imagine the dude on your wall, you go play in the game with him.
That's crazy. That is crazy. That is straight up crazy.
And
Yeah, you're right. And you like
On
every
one.
day, hey, he's on one with you. And I just imagine, like I always said, like him, like this is what I see. Him and Rasheed Wallace, I ain't never seen any more dudes play off of just pure anger. You know, like even Kobe would smile from time to time. Like Garnett and Rasheed Wallace always just, I was like, damn, man, they
You
play
don't
off
know the
anger every
you don't know
game.
the you don't know the trick though? He messed me up. So I went to him because I didn't understand it, bro. I said, KG, he always turned up. I said, bro, head off the backboard. I said, KG, how you always turned up? So what you talking about, youngin? So what you talking about, youngin? He said, gotta learn the game. Gotta learn the game, young fella. He said, I'm not turned up. He said, watch me on the bench. I said, what you mean? He said, watch me on the bench. Said I'm meditating. He said, I'm seeing what I need to do before it happens. He said, I'm focused on what I gotta do. He said, I see my game plan before it happens. He said, I don't bring the energy till I walk out. He said, I already have a game plan of how I'm gonna. He said, I know the shots I'm gonna take. I know how I'm gonna defend. He said he knew all those things before he ever actually played the game. He knew he made the shot before we'd always start the game. Boom, pick and pop, boom, ticket, jumper, good. Pick and pop, boom, jumper, ticket, good. Start game, two, three pick and pops. He knew the game plan. He knew defensively how he's gonna take guys out the game. He knew certain things. He knew I could punk him. He's soft. He knew I'm gonna let him shoot. I'm gonna pressure him. He's gonna turn the ball over. He was obsessive about details, but he did like to absolutely allow you to think he was crazy. I remember, like he went to Kevin Love, bro. The ball's on the other side, bro. He go to Kevin Love. He face to face with K Love, bro. The ball's not even. And Miles came out of sight. It's like, Pitbull is like looking at you and you don't want to catch eye contact.
Yeah, Kevin not even probably not even looking at him like, man, I ain't messing with you,
I
man.
was like, what's wrong? And K-Love was so messed up. They used to have people messed up before they even got in the gym, bro. So ticket, all this stuff, bro. All the stuff. I couldn't do what Kevin did to that extent. All the stuff, bro.
No, I remember, like I said, like I said, he was like, I was just like, this thing, he on 10 every game. Like, I don't get it.
He was
But
going to
like,
war, Trav. We hooping and he going to war.
yeah,
That's
yeah, I
what he
can tell.
taught me. He was Trav. He going to war. He going to
I feel
war.
you. Hey, dog. Like I said, I was like, man, this dude, yeah, intense. Him and Rasheed was always intense, always. Like, we didn't have that. Like I said, like over where I was at overseas, like dudes, hey, how you doing? And all that stuff. Except for the Serbian dudes, they would talk a lot of mess. Serbian dudes always talk a lot of mess. Like, talk about how Serbia is better than the USA and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, Travis, we have the best women, the best wine, the best. We are the best. Like, all right, you got good stuff. All right, you know what I'm saying? But now, what would be your advice for the next Ryan Hollins? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you lived, you got to play out your dream, play a decade in the NBA. How long did you play overseas for?
1 year, Spain and
1 year.
Italy, and I realized I had none of the toughness that you had. I had none of the
Yeah.
big bro.
Hey,
I had none of the toughness.
no, I feel you. I feel you. I remember I think you told me that you was like, yeah, dog, I'm in Spain, but I hate it. I
I
was
can't
like,
do
yeah, I
it
hate it. No,
because
I
the
get
coach
it.
was bigger than anything. Depending on where you are, the coach you're not bigger than the coach.
No, no,
He
yeah,
gonna tell you
yeah,
some wildness. And then
yeah.
I was making 30 a month. He like, I'm getting out that 30. They like, we getting out that 30. Crazy, bro. They'll waive you for making too much money.
No,
Like
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Well, I had it. Like I was on teams where, you make a lot of money, and then a month they don't got it. They just said, we don't got it. Fuck it. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And we'd be like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm making 20,000 a month or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And like, oh, we don't got it. The main sponsor, checked in clear, whatever. We don't got it. I'm like,
That's
how
wild work.
you don't have enough saved up for it for a month or two?
That's crazy
Like
work.
they know that either you gonna leave or go home, or like, they can hold your rights or whatever. You can stay there and fight, but who wants to stay there and fight? I just spent a year here. I'm ready to go home. So
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's like some dudes have their agent and then they settle, so they'll send them like 10 in the summer. But yeah, I had that before where like they was like, I don't got it. We don't got it. And so you play a whole month, no pay, a whole month.
I went to my uncle's funeral, and when I got back, they weighed me, and the owner told me to go to the funeral. My uncle was like my father at the time. After my father passed, I never even had to think because my uncle was right there. And when he died, I was shook, bro. I went
Yeah.
to his funeral. They told me not to go to his funeral, and then I flew back, and my little cousin was getting married, and they told me, um, "We waiving you." That was
Damn.
like, bro, this is not for me. Y'all play their games with somebody else, bro. Well, I got kids, bro. Like this ain't
Right.
for me.
Right. No, I feel
Yeah.
you. I feel no, it happens like that. You'd be surprised how like that craziness be like overseas craziness, where they say you have a contract and they want, you ain't playing. You might be average. I got cut once because they said I wasn't 6'10". My agent said I was 6'10", I was 6'7". They cut me in Poland. I remember that. Like it was my first year. He was like, he's not tall enough. We want somebody taller. My agent was like, what does that have to do with his game? Nothing. We want 6'10" dude. You know what I'm saying? And like they would do that kind of shit. So I feel you. But anyway, but let's get back to the best advice that, for the next generation of you.
Um, Nobody's gonna hold your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna give you anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is gonna feel sorry for you. You have to take everything that you want in this life and in these opportunities. You have to believe in yourself because nobody else can believe in yourself or love you the way you're going to love yourself. You have to have a blind faith in yourself, but you have to have the humility to go in and work. Fall in love with the little things, and those big things will be there. I'm a walking testament to it. But you have to emotionally invest yourself in the day-to-day affairs of all the little things. You have to love homework. You have to love practice. You have to love the weight room. You have to love stretching because all those things help us get to that moment where we can play the game that we love and it'll take you far in life. And stop shortcutting the game. When you realize that nobody owes you anything and no one is going to do anything for you, and when the game goes by for you, the game is still going to be there. So you're going to have to cherish the moments that you have in the game because when it's gone, it's gone. Like you said, like Trav, me and you, old, gone and done. UCLA is still there. They still have UCLA players. So we played our 4 years, but UCLA still exists. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the coaches we played for coached a lot longer than we played. They still coaching or coached until they didn't feel like it. Or they made their money. We got this window. So when you have that window, you have to maximize your window. And hopefully you can have fun and enjoy yourself in the time. But it
Yep.
sure as a hell of a lot beats having a 9 to 5. So take it and cherish it and enjoy it. I told somebody this, I always tell kids when I talk to kids, I've never worked a day in my life. I've never had to sit down at a job and work because I'd play basketball for free and I talk about basketball for show for free.
Mhm.
So I've never had to work a day in my life. And I pray that, people can take whatever you love, you can monetize it, you can get paid by it, you can make an immense amount of money from it, but you got to put in the work and realize that you're going to have to be the one to find a way.
No, that makes a lot of sense, bro. That makes a lot of sense. I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Now like I said, you did your, 10 years overseas, 10 years in pro ball, and then your year overseas. Did after when you was in Spain, that's when you knew like, yeah, it's time for me to hang it up. When did you know, or
Crazy.
you know what I'm saying? When did you know when it was time?
So the NBA and NBPA always offered programs, and I was blessed to get 10 years in, but definitely around 5 or 6, I started doing all these like coaching program, real estate program. I took all the programs I can get to try to learn because I didn't want to wait until I got caught with my pants down trying to figure out what am I going to do after. Um, and when I was doing that, I fell in love with broadcasting. I said, hey, this is something that I want to do. So I just remember going out so aggressively, trying to do radio, trying to ask people how to do it, trying to learn the craft, because no one really, course was an introductory to it, but to learn the actual craft, and then they gave us these little CDs, bro, or DVDs, and I would hand my DVD out to people and do all that. They told, but it was like, yo, I really had to go out and grind and work. And my next year after overseas, I was still applying and I was waiting around and it was like G League. And I was like, bro, I got kids. I'm not going to keep my family in the G League, or how long am I going to be there? There was no distinct answer. And then the next answer was, I got a call in Germany, and people don't know this, but Darrell Wright was on the team. I think my boy Quincy was on the team, and they wanted me to play in Germany, but they wouldn't guarantee a contract. And shoot, he probably don't know this, but they told me to come and take. They weren't happy with Quincy, and they were going to tell me to come in at the same time and try out for a month to take my boy's job at the end of the day. And that's the gist that I got of it. I don't need money like that. So then I was put in a situation to bet on myself, and it was either go play ball or go wait that out, or go to uh, start your broadcasting. And I put money on myself, and I knew that my father had raised me to never be a slave to anyone, to never be owed anyone. And I knew that my 10th year in the NBA was my best year as a professional, bro. As far as production, knowing the game plan, be on the same page with everybody, it was my best year as a pro. And I didn't get a call back. So I knew that having my best year as a pro, still springy, still bouncy, all that nonsense overseas, that I knew it was time to bet on me.
I got you.
And when I went into broadcasting, I bet on me. And I knew for damn sure you weren't going to tell me I wasn't good enough to do what I was supposed to be doing, or that I would ever subject myself to the things that I went through and tried with all respect. And that's why I get big ups and shout out. I tell people I was the coward I couldn't do overseas, that I couldn't do that. And I knew that my value was more than that on this earth. So I
Mhm.
went into broadcasting like hellfire, and I grinded like no one else, bro, to have the privilege to have the opportunity that I have today. Because I had to beat and break down walls. Ain't no big spots open for a 10-year journey, man. They think all big men are stupid. I wasn't a point guard, so that's just straight up, just real talk. I don't have a way to sugarcoat it. So I had to break the doors down in broadcasting. I had to grind, I had to work. I would show up to radio with a suit on to put my best foot forward. I had to show people that I was very serious about the things that I was doing. I told them that I was locked in, that I wasn't just a ball player, because they think we're stupid, Trav. They don't think that we take things serious. And some of us don't take the things serious because we think that the opportunities are always going to be there for us.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
some of us trick off for the next Ryan Hollins and the next Travis Reed because they don't take those opportunities serious until they're too late. So for me, I was on a mission to put my best foot forward and show that I was really going to learn this craft, and that I wasn't going to be denied on this side.
Mm. Yeah, that's a heck of a statement, man. I tell you, kicking down doors and betting on yourself is big, when you have the opportunity to. So, I mean, now, like I said, look at you, you doing your thing. I wish you was doing it for the Lakers, but I know them Laker jobs will be coming open too much. You
You
know
know
what I'm
what's funny,
saying?
man? I did do a little bit of the Lakers pre and post stuff like for the network, but they uh what they tell me? I went on first take and I said something about Genie, and they were like, nah, we can't have you talk about Genie on air now. You can't do that. It was like that. It was like we like you, but that's not gonna fly, you know. And then like OG not gonna take his spot. Like Worthy not leaving his spot. Rob Ory next to like Stu not leaving nowhere. And if Stu goes, is Jane Big Game's spot, or if it ain't Big Game, it's Rob's spot. Like
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
Fisher.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
already locked in. Like I would have been too far down the deal. Like no. You know what I'm saying? But it's all love. And man, I appreciate even what the Lakers have done for me. I never played for them, but even the love they showed me, just, they will take care of a hometown guy. They'll show a lot of love.
That's good. Well, like I said, bro, I appreciate you coming on the show. We got one more question for you. We kind of talked over it a little bit during the interview, but like, when everybody goes through those up and down times, those dark times, low points in their career, life, whatever. How did you get out of the lowest point of your career, life? You know, was it God? Was it family? Was it a little bit of both? How did you get out of it?
Two things. I'll share a brief story, man. Um, Me and my dad used to always go play basketball
Hmm.
and in the backyard. And my dad, I couldn't beat my dad to save my life. And right, he was bigger than me. My dad is 6'4". He was a track guy, but um, he was not gonna let me win, you know. And one day, snuck around and beat him. Like I hit a jump shot, I just hit shots and I beat him. And I was talking trash to him in front of, and my dad used to give me rules, right? He used to say, "Hey, if you know, if you come inside, I'm gonna block your shot. But if you shoot from outside, I'm gonna let you shoot." You know, because he wanted me to just be not just be an inside player, or like
Right,
wanted me to
right,
have to work on my game and have to guard him. He only shot from the outside against me, you know.
right.
So I'm telling my dad in front of my sister and my mom, I start bragging like, "Yeah, he's trash. I beat him,
Oh wow.
got him, fried him." So he said, "Okay, really? All right. Like you beat me. All right." So I'm trash talking him. So we go back in the backyard and we go to play. He wearing me out, bro. My dad is giving me elbows, layups. He's knocking out jump shots. My dad is a track and football guy, bro, but he's knocking out jump shots. Not just shooting, he's talking trash. That's two, that's four. Give me some more. Like he's talking trash, bro. He's having a blast. And he's doing it so much so that my eyes well up, I'm about to cry, Trav. And we had this long driveway. I told my dad, I said I quit. And I walked down the driveway. And as I'm walking down the driveway, he goes, Brian, come here. Come here. And his voice changes. And I walk over, and my eyes are tear, my ego's there, bro. My ego's bruised. We'll be honest, my ego's bruised. And he told me, he said, son, let me make one thing very clear. For the rest of your life, your entire life, you make sure you never quit. He said, no matter how hard something gets, no matter how bad it is, you always finish. You never quit. You finish what you start. Put my pride aside, I finished that game, sucked up my tears, and I had to go through it. But that day, my dad created a vision, a place in my mind and my heart that I could never quit anything in my life. So
Hmm. Hmm.
whenever things got hard in the NBA, when things got hard in high school, shoot, every moment of my life, I have something in me that instead of quitting and walking away, I start punching, I start fighting, I start locking into self-improvement. I start locking into the places that I need to be a better, even more so I lock into accountability, bro. And those are the places that I'm blessed because of my father to be able to go to. And those are some of the things that he instilled in me. And I don't even know if he knew how strong of a lesson he was teaching me. But when I swear to God, I want to quit so bad sometimes, bro. But I can't. It's the craziest, like I can't. Like I can't quit. I can't. No matter how hard something is, it's just what I am. It's just what I am. Like we're gonna fight, bro. Like we both not walking out this bad boy. But that's the mentality that my father gave me. You know what I'm saying? So that tough love in those moments, it always went through. Because sure as hell, I want to walk out of UCLA. I'll tell you that much. You know, when I got waived, when I before I went to Boston, people forget I was in Cleveland.
Hmm.
Nobody remembers Cleveland. When you get waived, you got to go a whole week. You can't just go to the next team the next day. You can't go in the facility either, Trav. I mean, Cleveland. I'll never forget the bro. Wake up the next day as an NBA player, and then wake up. Even though your agent tells you you're getting waived and this team's gonna pick you up, it don't feel like it, bro. I'm in my basement doing push-ups, sit-ups, high knees. Like I'm just on some mental refining, at that time. But I can't I can't give up. So I would strive everybody to put themselves in my shoes or somebody else's shoes and know that just make giving up impossible in moments. And that's the time when you dig deep, you believe in yourself, and you just know whatever is going on, that ain't for you, bro. You got to really believe that ain't for you and really dig into accountability and go put your best foot forward. And sometimes, Travis, a lot of times it's faith, bro.
Hmm.
Really dig into faith and challenge yourself that every day I've done everything in my power today to push myself in the direction of where I want to be. And you have to live with those results. And if you can't live with those results, get up off your butt and keep working until you feel satisfied for the day. And you keep putting those percentages together one by one by one by one. And it's worked out for me. and I've seen it work out for others.
No, man, that's a heck of a statement, and I think that a lot of people need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So, well, like I said, Ryan, man, I appreciate you coming on, brother. I appreciate, like you're blessing me with your presence, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, everybody, you can follow Ryan. He's a commentator for the Houston Rockets. They might go to the second round. They might go to the Western Conference Finals. We'll see. He's a great commentator. I've listened to his work, for years. He has some strong comments about LeBron and Mike and all that stuff. So he was the only dude I seen besides Charles Barkley go back and forth with Shaq. You know what I'm saying? So I respect him. And like I said, you know, because what's your Instagram?
Ryan Hollins. Twitter is the Ryan Hollins though.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, okay. Yeah, like I said, just follow him on both Instagram and Twitter. I'll post both of his where you can follow him on the on the interview. Like I said, you can follow me at Travis W. Reed on Instagram. That's Travis WREED on Instagram and Facebook. I post all my social media on both. If you're looking for business, hit me up on LinkedIn. And so, got a new branding, you know what I'm saying? So like the show will be called A Athlete's Journey from here on out. Had to finally get that LLC for it. So now if you try to use it, you got to pay me. So, like I said, we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.